Oh, there's a good girl. She's black, you can't see her. Yes, here's a poodle. She's so cute. So she's gonna be in here today, so if you hear any like weird sounds, it's more than likely this chick. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to talk about being a medical mom or dad. I'm saying mom because I am obviously a mom. So first off, let me just say welcome back. If you could subscribe and like this video, that would be great. So today we're kind of talking about being a medical mom in general, but being a medical mom to a child who has a rare or even invisible illness. If you've seen my channels in the past, you know that my son has something called eosinophilic esophagitis. He has a type of disease that causes a type of white blood cell called eosinophils to build up in his esophagus, and sometimes they can have lots of symptoms like vomiting, sickness, diarrhea, joint pain, all kinds of things. And sometimes they can have none of those symptoms and still have an active disease. I don't know how, but it's possible. My son has had a scope before where we were just positive that he was going to pass it. We were so excited, we knew it, and when we got the pictures back, it looked great. We were like, yes. And when we got the biopsy back, he still had active disease. So it's kind of tricky. He's had moments where he's been extremely sick. We knew he was sick, and he's had moments where he hasn't really been that sick. So I think this disease is kind of like a wide range of kids. Some of them can be extremely severely ill, and some of them can be mild but still have the disease, you know? I just want to talk today, kind of be a little bit more personal, just about people and doctors thinking that you're crazy. I have had my fair share of people think that I was legitimately insane. Like, there's something wrong with her. And I don't even really remember like this, what the syndrome's called. It's like, I'm not even going to, well, let me look it up for you. Hold on. Google's taking forever.
Munchausen.
Okay, so Munchausen is how you pronounce it. And it's basically where the parent has kind of like a mental illness that causes them to either intentionally make their child ill, or they make up all these symptoms that make your child ill. Now, no one ever said to me, Megan, you've got Munchausen. But I did get a lot of like, he's not sick when I see him, or he was at school and he's fine, stuff like that. Or other kids with EOE are vomiting way more than he is, or they're sick way more than he is, kind of stuff like that. You know, where kind of people are like, he doesn't seem that sick, you know what I mean? And that's kind of the same thing that has happened to a lot of moms. I'm on a page called Eosinophilic Family Support Network, and it's basically a group of parents. Sometimes teenagers who have EOE can be in the group also, but it's mainly a group of moms. There are some dads in there, and we're all there for support. We're all there to talk about our child's illness. So I just asked on that page if there were people who were not taken seriously when their child first became ill. And I'm not even kidding, there was like 50 comments of people who were like, no one believed me, no one, you know, everyone said I was a liar, everyone said he wasn't sick. So like, it happens to a lot of people. A lot of people are told that they're crazy, that they don't know what they're talking about. So this video is going to kind of be about how I learned to just trust myself. There was even a point in time where my husband didn't really believe me, and he will even admit to that there were times where he thought that I was overreacting or I was exaggerating. My son went a good 2 years with really only me believing that something was wrong. My first number one tip is to just trust your gut. I believe God gave you instincts and you need to use them. Like, there were times where I knew something was wrong. Everybody, literally everybody around me was like, you're crazy, that's not happening. And I just knew deep down in my like soul that there was something wrong. And so I continued to pursue it until I got answers that I was looking for. You know, I don't want to say answers that I wanted, because obviously no one wants their child to be ill, but I knew there was something wrong, and someone telling me that nothing was wrong was just unacceptable. This is especially true if you're a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home dad. You're in tune with your children on a different level. Like, I am with Daniel 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There might be a couple, you know, odd hours where I go to Target without him, you know, stuff like that. But for the most part, I am with him all the time. And especially now that I homeschool him, like, we have no time apart. Like, I know almost everything that there is to know about that child. And so I can just tell small little things in his behavior, like his eyes are puffy, or his cheeks are red, or his ears are flushed. I know that those things mean that something's wrong. And so those are the kinds of things I'm talking about. If you're in the middle of the night and you feel like something's wrong, take him to the doctor. Take him to the hospital. Yeah, those nurses and doctors, I guarantee, are talking about me behind my back, but I'm fine with that. I don't care. 9 times out of 10, probably 9.5 times out of 10 that I have taken him to the doctor, there has in fact been something wrong with him. Very rarely do I take him to the hospital and they tell me that nothing is wrong. Trust your gut. It's there for a reason. Your instincts are there for a reason. So number 1 is to trust your gut and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I would much rather be the parent that takes their kid to the doctor and nothing is wrong than the parent who keeps their kid at home suffering and something is wrong. Second thing is support groups. Find people who have children like yours and be friends with them. Like, that's the very best thing to do, because they're going to understand what you're saying more than anyone else. Like, I'm in an Asperger's page on Facebook, and it's so nice to be able to just be like, nobody believes me, and have other parents be like, nobody believes us either. My son acted like a dog for 6 hours today. Like, I need someone to tell me that it's okay and that it's normal and that it's fine. I'm able to share that in my support group and not feel like people are like, oh, that girl's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, they understand me. And so that's super important. Third thing is, find a doctor that believes you. Where we live, we probably went through 4 or 5 doctors before we finally found one who was willing to run the tests that were necessary. When I asked our first pediatrician to order us a scope for eosinophilic esophagitis, he told me that that disease was too rare and it was highly unlikely that my son had that disease. Well, now we know that's not true. We went to new pediatricians, and we went to pediatricians until we found one that we really liked. She ran the tests that we thought that we needed. As a team, we decided what he needed. There's always going to be a doctor who is open-minded and who is willing to accept that, like, something more could be going on than, you know, constipation. So the fourth thing is therapy. And I know that sounds like you're crazy, but you're not. It's really nice to have an outlet where you can just be like, I'm so tired of feeling this way. I'm so frustrated that my family or my husband's family or whoever don't believe me, and it's super stressful. And a therapist will be able to be a safe space for you to express your feelings of how you feel. And as a medical parent, it's really important to be able to tell someone how you feel, because like I said in the last video, like, it's lonely. It's really lonely to have a child with a rare illness, but it's even lonelier when nobody in your family believes you, when everyone thinks that you're just being dramatic or you're just making it up, like you're off on this island by yourself, and it's isolating. And so it's really nice and healthy for you to have someone to go to that you can talk to about your feelings, because I truly believe that a person who has a child with a chronic illness, you're going to deal with anxiety, you're going to deal with depression. Like, it's not an if, it's a when. Like, it will happen. And you really need those people that can help keep you from really falling in the the deep end of depression, anxiety. You're gonna be depressed, you're gonna have anxiety, and hopefully it kind of, you know, you have highs and you have lows, and that's kind of normal, but you really don't want to get stuck in a pit. Your child needs you. They need you to be healthy, they need you to feel heard, and they need you to feel confident in your decisions as their parent. And so therapy is something that's really, really important to you. Fifth thing is just honesty. Honest with your family members, honest with your husband or your wife's family members. Speak to them bluntly and tell them, like, I don't appreciate you calling me a liar, or I don't appreciate you telling me that I'm not telling the truth. I'm only trying to do what's best for my child, and if you can't see that, then I'm going to stop talking to you about it. It just means that you let them know this is a boundary. This is a line in the sand, and we're not going to cross that. I make the best decisions for my child that I can, and your opinion matters. And in the grand scheme of things, your opinion doesn't matter. Everyone wants their feelings to be heard, their feelings to be accepted, but what you don't want is for someone to say, I gave you my opinion, why aren't you doing it? Because there are gonna come times where you don't do it, because what you believe is best is what's best. People do not like being told to back off. They don't like it. Take my word for it, they don't like it. But let's be real. When your child has a chronic illness, like, you don't even know what you're doing half the time. Like, you just do what your gut tells you to do, and you do it to the very best of your ability, and that's all you can do. I mean, because a lot of the time you're just guessing. You're just going with what feels best, and you're just hoping that it works. If you are already not confident in what you're doing and the decisions that you're making, someone else coming behind you telling you that you're making the wrong decisions just leaves you feeling hopeless and helpless and less confident. So you really want people who are going to build you up and be like, you know what? You're doing the best you can, and that's all that matters right now. So this video has kind of been like a medical mom's diary, you know, things that you write down that you wish you would have known before. And so these are kind of what these videos are about, is letting you know if your parents don't believe you, that's fine, because my parents didn't believe me either. You know, like, there are thousands of parents I know in just the one group that I'm in that their family acted the exact same way. And so you're not alone, you're not crazy. I mean, you could be, I guess you could be crazy, but you're probably not crazy. You're just doing the very best that you can do in your situation on that day. Tomorrow you might make a different decision, but today this is your decision and you're sticking with it. So here's to all my medical parents out there. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it gave you a little bit of kind of support and the feeling of you're not by yourself and you're not alone. Let me know down below if your child has a chronic illness. Did your family believe you? Did they not believe you? Do you care? Do you not care? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe for more videos, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks, guys.